The diplomatic chamber aboard the starship Nexus hummed with tension as representatives from a dozen species gathered around the crystalline table. Ambassador Rebecca Martinez adjusted her formal jacket and reviewed the treaty documents one final time before the most important negotiation in human history. Across the chamber, Princess Lirelei of the Velthani Empire studied the human delegation with curious violet eyes. Her pale blue skin shimmered under the artificial lights, and her flowing silver hair moved as if touched by an invisible breeze. The Velthani were known throughout the galaxy as master diplomats and fierce warriors, their empire spanning 3 star systems. The humans request trading rights in the Kepler sector, announced Chancellor Vorthen, a crystalline being whose voice resonated like wind chimes. Princess Lirelei, as heir to the Velthani throne, your approval carries significant weight in this matter. Rebecca stood to present humanity's case. Honored delegates, Earth offers our agricultural knowledge and mineral extraction techniques in exchange for safe passage through Velthani space. Our species has much to contribute to the galactic community. The princess leaned forward, her gaze fixed not on Rebecca, but on the man standing quietly behind her. Captain David Thompson, Rebecca's military attaché, maintained his rigid posture despite the alien scrutiny. His weathered face showed no emotion, though Rebecca noticed his jaw tighten slightly. "These terms seem reasonable," Princess Lirelei said, her melodic voice carrying an accent that made human words sound like music. "However, I have a different proposal." The chamber fell silent. Even the translator devices seemed to pause. Princess Lirelei rose gracefully from her seat, her ceremonial robes flowing around her tall frame. She extended one slender finger directly at Captain Thompson. "I want him." Rebecca's breath caught in her throat. Around the table, alien delegates exchanged glances that transcended species barriers. The universal language of shock needed no translation. "Your Highness," Rebecca began carefully, "Captain Thompson is not part of any negotiation. He is a free citizen of Earth and—" "I did not suggest otherwise," the princess interrupted with a smile that revealed perfect white teeth. "I propose marriage." Captain Thompson stepped forward, his training overriding his surprise. "Ma'am, I'm honored by your interest, but I don't understand the implications of such an arrangement." Princess Lirelei's eyes sparkled with amusement. "Among my people, marriage to royalty grants the spouse full citizenship and protection under Velthani law. More importantly, it creates an unbreakable bond between our species. No Velthani would dare attack the homeworld of my husband's people." Chancellor Vorthen's crystalline form chimed softly. "This is unprecedented. A human Velthani union would indeed create powerful political protections. The princess's children would be heirs to both Earth's representative democracy and the Velthani throne." Rebecca's mind raced through the implications. Humanity had entered this negotiation hoping for basic trading rights. Now they were being offered something far greater, protection from one of the galaxy's most powerful empires and a genetic legacy that could secure Earth's future among the stars. "Princess," David said slowly, "you don't know me. Why would you make such an offer to a stranger?" Lirelei moved closer, her movements fluid and hypnotic. "I have studied your species for months, preparing for these negotiations. Your military records show remarkable courage and tactical brilliance. More importantly, you show loyalty to your people above personal gain. These are qualities my father values in potential heirs." She paused, studying his face with those luminous violet eyes. "Also, I find your species fascinating. Humans face impossible odds yet never surrender. You fight with primitive weapons against superior enemies and somehow find ways to win. This resilience would strengthen the Velthani bloodline." David glanced at Rebecca, who nodded almost imperceptibly. They both understood the weight of this moment. Earth's survival might depend on his answer. "What would this marriage entail?" he asked. "You would come to Velthani Prime as my consort," Lirelei explained. "Learn our ways, our language, our technology. In return, Earth receives full protection under Velthani law, access to our trade, networks, and military alliance against any hostile forces." She stepped closer still, her voice dropping to a whisper that somehow carried to every corner of the chamber. "I will not lie to you, David Thompson. I am drawn to your strength and your honor. But this union would be as much political as personal. The future of both our species may depend on it. Rebecca cleared her throat. Your Highness, Captain Thompson, would need time to consider such a momentous decision. Of course, Lorelei agreed. However, I should mention that 3 other empires have shown interest in Earth's resources. Without Velthani protection, humanity might find itself facing less diplomatic approaches to first contact. The threat was delivered with a smile, but everyone in the chamber understood its implications. Earth's location had already been discovered by multiple alien civilizations. This marriage proposal might be humanity's best chance for survival. David stood silently for a long moment, weighing duty against personal freedom. Finally, he looked directly into Princess Lyralei's eyes. What guarantee do I have that you'll honor the terms you've outlined? You have my word as heir to the Velthani throne, she replied formally. But more than that, you have my genuine respect. I would not diminish that by breaking faith with you. Something in her voice convinced him. Perhaps it was the careful way she had phrased her proposal, making it clear that he retained his dignity and agency even in these circumstances. Or perhaps it was the calculating look in her eyes that suggested she valued him as more than a mere political pawn. Then, I accept, David said simply. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien languages as delegates processed this unexpected turn. Rebecca felt a mixture of relief and concern as she watched her friend and colleague step into an uncertain future. Princess Lorelei smiled genuinely for the first time since the negotiations began. Excellent. We shall depart for Velthani Prime tomorrow to begin the bonding ceremonies. As the delegates filed out to process this dramatic development, Rebecca approached David. Are you sure about this? He nodded, though she could see the uncertainty in his eyes. Earth needs this alliance. Besides, she seems honorable enough. And if humanity is going to survive among the stars, someone has to take the first leap. Princess Lorelei overheard their quiet conversation. Your friend speaks wisdom, she said to Rebecca. This union will change everything for both our peoples. The galaxy will learn that humanity has found powerful allies. As the Starship Nexus prepared for departure to Velthani Prime, David Thompson looked back at Earth one final time through the viewport. He had come to these negotiations as a simple military attaché. Now he was about to become the bridge between 2 civilizations and possibly the father of a new hybrid species that would inherit the stars. The alien princess had pointed at him and declared her intentions, setting in motion events that would indeed change everything.